Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get the latest notifications.
Hi everyone, this is Cheshta and this is the quiz for March 15th, 16th and 17th, 2019, and these are the 12 important questions for the day. Apart from which there's the Infinity app where the whole quiz is available for all the dates, so you can download that app and there you can attempt the full quiz. So let's begin with the first question. Which of the following is the most vulnerable Himalayan state according to the Vulnerable Index of last year? So there was this news in the Hindu newspaper where it says that the Department of Science and Technology, they would be commissioning a study where they can assess the climate risks which are faced by these 12 Himalayan states. Now, which are the 12 Himalayan states we are talking about? So they are Sikkim, Arunachal, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, Nagaland, Meghalaya, Assam, and the hilly areas of Himachal Pradesh, West Bengal, Uttarakhand, and Jammu and Kashmir. So these are the 12 Himalayan states which are being covered, and according to this, or according to the data that was being collected through the Vulnerable Index of last year. Now, what does this Vulnerable Index means? That means the state which is most vulnerable to the climate change, or we could say the most climate sensitive state, and that to the Himalayan state. So, as per the last year's vulnerable index, Assam was the most vulnerable state with 0.72 of the score. After which Mizoram was there with 0.71 of score. So Assam topped the list, or it is the most vulnerable state among these 12 Himalayan states, and the score is 0.72. Then there is Mizoram, which has the score of 0.71. The least vulnerable state is Sikkim. So Sikkim is the least vulnerable state, or we could say that it is the least climate sensitive state among these 12 Himalayan states. Now, what was the category, or what were the different parameters on which these states were assessed? So, as per the vulnerable index of last year, there were different categories on which they were identified, and basically 8 parameters. The first one was the area under forest. So, this was the very first category or the parameter to assess these states. Next is the yield variety of the food grain. So, what is the yield which has been generating from these food grains? Next is the population density. So, these states have the different population density. So, population density. Another parameter was female literacy rate. Then there was the infant mortality rate. These are very important when we are assessing these states. Another one was the BPL population, the population which is below the poverty line. Next is the average man days under the MG Narega. Next is the area under slope. So these are the areas, the hilly areas. Therefore, this is being considered. So these are the different 8 parameters on which these 12 Himalayan states were assessed. And which are the 12 states? The Sikkim, Arunachal, Himachal, West Bengal, Manipur, Mizoram, Uttarakhand, Tripura, Nagaland, Meghalaya, Jammu Kashmir, and Assam, among which Assam and Mizoram were the most vulnerable state as per this vulnerability index of last year. Moving on to the next question, which of the following would be used with the electronic machines, EVM machines, electronic voting machines that allow voters to verify whether their vote has been casted correctly? So the name of the machine is known as the VVPAT. Now, what does this VVPAT stands for? So it is Voter Verifiable Paper Audit Trail. So as per this independent verification printer machine, it is kind of a printer machine. It allows the voters to verify that whatever vote they have casted, it has been gone to the intended candidate. So along with the EVM machines, this VVPAT would be used so that you can get the confirmation that you have casted the vote to the intended candidate. So it would be displayed to you, and it wouldn't be given to you, but it would be displayed for 7 seconds before it is automatically cut and put in the ballot compartment. So VVPAT would be used with the EVM machines during elections. Next question is, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has partnered with which of the following to launch the project Sangam to support Swachh Bharat mission? First of all, this project Sangam is the mobile first community learning platform. Community learning platform. So this is the first mobile community learning platform that to support the Swachh Bharat mission, or particularly supporting the Swachh Bharat e-mission portal. The e-mission portal of the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, that is being intended to be supported by this project Sangam, which is the mobile first community learning platform. For this, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has partnered with Microsoft India. So they have partnered with Microsoft India so that they could display or deploy this project Sangam. Another question is, recently RBI has relaxed credit limit for imports of capital and non-capital goods under the automatic route. So there are two routes. The first is the approval route and another one is the automatic route. So recently RBI has relaxed the trade credit limit for the imports of capital and non-capital, both types of goods. So both capital and non-capital goods under the automatic route, they have got the trade credit limit of 150 million. It has been raised to 150 million or equivalent. Now, what is the category or which of the following industries are being considered under the automatic route, and that too for the credit limit for 150 million? So these are the oil and gas refining industry, or the marketing airline, the shipping companies. These would be considered under the automatic route, or they are allowed the credit limit for imports of capital and non capital goods up to 150 million. Now if we talk about the approval route, and that too for the industry other than these industry, that is oil and gas refining and marketing airline shipping companies. So the limit is for approval route, it is 50 million. So this is dollar 50 million. Remember this thing, this is dollar 50 million. Another question is, which of the following bank has launched the doorstep banking service for senior citizens and differently able citizens? So State Bank of India has launched this doorstep banking service. State Bank of India is the answer. They have launched this doorstep banking service particularly for the senior citizens and differently able citizens. So what is the eligibility to avail the doorstep banking facility? So first of all, the senior citizens above the age of 70 years, they would be considered for the doorstep banking service. Next, we are talking about the differently able and the people who are infirm customers or visually impaired, including the visually impaired candidates. They are eligible for the doorstep banking service provided by the State Bank of India. Who all are not eligible? Who all are not eligible for this service? So, the people who are the joint holders, they are not applicable, or they are not allowed to avail this doorstep banking service. Apart from this, the minors are also not allowed. So this is particularly for the senior citizens and differently abled people. So, and that to the joint holders and minors are not allowed for this, or not eligible for the doorstep banking service launched by State Bank of India. Next is, which of the following bank has been categorized as the DSIPS bank for 2018? First of all, what is this DSIP stands for? So it is domestic systemically important banks, or the banks in a single statement, if we want to say. So the banks which are, or the bank which is too big to fall, bank which is too big to fall, that means if the banks fail, if the particular domestic systemically important bank fails, so it would affect the economy badly. Why are they being considered as important, or why RBI is classified domestic systemically important banks? So some banks become so important due to their size and the activities and complexity, that they've become too crucial for the economy of the country. Now recently they have been, which banks are being again considered for the 2018 DSIPS bank? So they are SBI, ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank. So the correct answer for this question is D, 1, 3 and 4. The State Bank of India, ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank are being considered, as they fall in the category where the assets exceeds 2% of the GDP of the economy. So the banks which have their assets increased or above the 2% of the GDP of the economy, they are being considered as the domestic systemically important bank. This is the criteria for being, they are being categorized as DSIP bank by RBI. So it means that if there is any case of distress in these banks, the government is expected to support these banks, as these banks support the economy of the country. Now, is there any other categorization, or is there any special requirement for these banks to meet? Yes, there is a special requirement which is being required or these banks are required to maintain higher capital as compared to the other banks in the country. So if we consider SBI, so for SBI needs to maintain the additional common equity tier 1 capital, that is set 1 capital, at 0.6% of the risk weighted assets. And for HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank, it is same. They have to maintain 0.4% of the common equity tier capital, additional common equity tier 1 capital of risk weighted assets. So SBI has to maintain a little higher common equity tier 1 capital as compared to HDFC and ICICI. So which of the following bank are being considered as the most important for our economy? State Bank of India, ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank. Next is, which of the following bank has launched the YONO Cash? First of all, what is this YONO? So it is you only need one. Now this is the you only need one cash service which allows the customers to withdraw money from ATMs without using a card. Which bank has recently launched this service? So it has been launched by State Bank of India. State Bank of India has allowed the customers there so that they can withdraw the money from the ATM with the service, that is YONO Cash, and they do not even require card for that purpose. And what are the name of the ATMs which are enabled with this service? So it is known as YONO Cash Point. So the service is known as YONO Cash and the ATMs are known as YONO Cash Point. Next is, what was the theme for 2019 World Sleep Day? So first of all, 2019 World Sleep Day was observed on March 15th, 2019. One important point which you will find regarding World Sleep Day is that many websites and many newspapers are being confirming the day as March 15th of every year, but it's not true. World Sleep Day falls on Friday, that is for sure, but it does not fall on March 15th every year. So it falls on Friday, it has to fall on Friday, but it does not fall on March 15th every year. The date changes with the year. So for the theme of 2019 World Sleep Day, the theme was healthy sleep, healthy aging. So this was the theme for the 2019 World Sleep Day, which was observed on March 15, 2019 this year. Along with this, one another day is observed on March 15th, that is the Consumer Rights Day. So World Consumer Rights Day is observed on March 15th every year, and that too to raise awareness about the consumer rights and needs. So what was the theme for the World Consumer Rights Day? It was trusted smart products. So trusted smart product was the theme for World Consumer Rights Day, which is again observed on March 15th, and this year the 2019 World Sleep Day was observed on March 15th, and which has the theme healthy sleep, healthy aging. Next is author of the book Farthest Field, an Indian story of the Second World War. First of all, the random question could not be asked regarding the author of the book. The question needs to be in the news, that is for sure. So the author of the book Farthest Field, an Indian story of the Second World War, it has been written by Raghu Karnad. And why is this person in news? So recently he has been honored with the 2019 Windham Campbell Prize by the Yale University. So Raghu Karnad has been honored with the 2019 Windham Campbell Prize for his book, that is Farthest Field, an Indian story of the Second World War. Next is, who has been ranked at the first position on the 2019 ESPN World Fame list. So 2019 ESPN World Fame list, which actually ranks 100 people, the 100 sports person, and as per this rank, the first position has been taken over by Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo. He has been ranked at the first position and he is a soccer player from Portugal. Second position has been taken by the US based basketball player LeBron James. Messi is at the third position. If we talk about the Indian sports person, so Virat Kohli is among the top Indian sports person to be ranked among the top 10, and that too at the 7th position. So Virat Kohli is at the 7th position, and MS Dhoni, if we talk about, he is at the 13th position. So first position by Ronaldo, second by LeBron James, Virat Kohli is at the 7th position and MS Dhoni at the 13th position. This world fame list, it ranks 100 people, 100 sports person all over the world in different sports categories. Next and quite important question: who among the following has received the Business Line Changemaker of the Year award for introducing GST? So, for introducing GST, Arun Jaitley has been honored by former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. So, he was honored by Manmohan Singh as the Business Line Changemaker of the Year, and that too for introducing GST. Very important question. Chances to come in the exam. The last question is: which of the following has institute has developed an image processing application to address the problem of detecting fake Indian currency? So for the first time, an application has been developed by the, that is the image processing application, which has been developed by the IIT Kharagpur student, and they have processed or they have built up this application where the fake Indian currency could be detected. So what would happen is the user can upload a currency note image. They have to upload the currency note image, and you, with the help of the 25 extracted features, the application would be able to process the image and then tell whether the currency is fake or not. So it has been developed by IIT Kharagpur students. So the NABARD Grade A examination is around the corner, and we have launched the full course for NABARD Grade A. We are also providing the 20-day free course where you will be getting the videos, the 20 videos for the same along with the PDFs, so that you can check how we teach the or how we provide the notes for the NABARD Grade A course. The link for the same is available in the description, and if you feel satisfied, you can just buy the whole course from our website, that is www.anujjindal.in. The link for the whole course and the free trial course is also available in the description box. So do not miss on the opportunity to get through the NABARD Grade A examination. So this is all for the questions for March 15th, 16th and 17th. I'll soon come up with the next video for the 18th and 19th as well. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel Anuj Jindal. And if you have any feedback, please mention them in the comment section below. Also, if you have any query, please mention them in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching the video.